Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 10 on Sunday night. Back with a quick video for tomorrow. I fell asleep there about 8 o'clock. Had a busy enough couple of days. The tiredness must have got to me. Went off early enough to the match yesterday in Croke Park. Went before 12. Hadn't anything to eat. Had a couple of things to do yesterday morning. So I had the breakfast in the Roadhouse on the N4 there, just past Mullingar. Great feed altogether. I went in, I thought they used to do carvery there, but apparently not, unless they don't do carvery on a Saturday. She came with a menu and I said a dinner or breakfast, and normally they finish the breakfast at 12 because it was quiet. She said okay, and I'm glad she did. It was brilliant. 12.50, well worth it, I must say, and the food was terrific. And there was a heap of stuff on the plate, a big square plate, and great quality. So that kept me going for the day. Got to Dublin, had to meet a few people, and seen no race whatsoever yesterday. Seen the results before I went into the match, and I didn't have a chance to look at replays or read about anything either. Met a lot of people before the match and a few after. A few recognised me as well from a couple of dubs and a couple from Roscommon that I wouldn't have known as well, from a good bit away from me in the county. But soccer was on and other football was on, and I met my friend. I might have shared with you some weeks back, a friend of mine that has cancer. He had a big operation at the time, but he had a bit of a setback since. So he was going into St. Luke's this morning for, he's going in for a week. He'll be in isolation. He'll have his phone with him all right, but he won't have any visitors or anything at all. He's going in for fairly strong treatment. So we met after the match and we watched the Mayo Kerry game together, and his wife, and they were staying there last night as opposed to driving up this morning. There's a few other friends of his around, former good county footballers some years back are around. So I wish him well. He's a tough week of treatment ahead of him. It was about 9:30, I think, when we parted company in the Croke Park Hotel. So I got 1 pint late on last night when I got home. It was after 11:30. But I'd say when I left Dublin, all the traffic, the match traffic had left anyway. The roads weren't too busy. Very quiet coming down, in fact. As we had Irish Hill. That was a major fancy of mine yesterday to at least get placed. And he did get placed. Didn't see the race yet. And we had a Plesh Amin won us 11-1. That was, I think, 8-1 the night before. And we had the winner on the Goo, Max Vega, at 4-1. So not a big winning day, but still we wouldn't have. I didn't calculate myself. I didn't even have a bet today. Roscommon done all right. They started a bit nervous, and Dublin were quicker off the mark. We were looking like we were 4-1 down. We looked like we were going to get hammered. But we plugged away. We have a lot of young lads, inexperienced, and we were lucky. We were unlucky with the goal that should have been allowed in the first half, but the umpires made a boo-boo, and they can't watch it like VAR, even though there's a big screen there. It's not allowed. So it might have helped if we were a couple of points up going in at half-time, but big game next week against Monaghan, especially after Galway winning today, because we were at the bottom of the pile. We'll have to at least 2 wins now to get to 5 points to stay up, but it'll be tough, because we have Derry and Kerry and Mayo. No, Derry and Mayo to meet. I think Kerry as well. Anyway, I've only one selection for tomorrow. The only thing I could see, it's not great stuff at all, and the ground is so heavy. Well, it's supposed to be heavy there at Carlisle. I wasn't sure, and this wouldn't be. This is about the best I could get. Is R S Ambush. He's by Old Man River. That was fierce well bred. It was that was Galileo and Finchgale BO, was it? I think, but this ran a couple of times in Ireland for David Harry Kelly. It ran a very good novice hurdle race first time out last October to the Camansas. That's rated, I think, about 132 or something now, and it wasn't beaten all that fair off 102 in a handicap hurdle, but it had a good run then in Carlisle over 2 miles 3.5, and this is back in trip for tomorrow, so he would have won it at that trip the last day. He was pounced on late.
Then Bolin Matilda and R S Ambush over that penultimate flight. Then Boynside and Eloy Dupuis between the final 2 flights of hurdles. Bushmill Boy about to be joined by R S Ambush to the far side, near side by Bolin Matilda. Eloy Dupuis is battling away in 4th. Here comes the final flight of hurdles. R S Ambush, Bushmill Boy and Bolin Matilda pretty much together. Then Eloy Dupuis staying on down the outside, but it's R S Ambush under Lee Edwards who led them inside the final furlong. Eloy Dupuis rallies down the outside. Bolin Matilda between the pair of them. Eloy Dupuis is trying to cut back R S Ambush, and Eloy Dupuis is beginning to get up. Eloy Dupuis from R S Ambush, and then Bolin Matilda clear from Bushmill Boy.
Hasn't the biggest turn of foot in the world, but crept into the race nicely that day. I thought it was going to win actually that day, but that horse has ran pretty decent since. It was actually second the other day. And the 2 Linkfield is just a no-go area for me tomorrow, and Wolverhampton I didn't get a chance to look at it properly. There's a big staying race, or a staying race tomorrow, but again, what's that race? Ground is it's a class 3, like it's a decent enough affair. But ground is the problem. Where am I here? I got a couple of good laughs driving in Dublin yesterday. The first one I got was going in the North Circular Road. I seen women in pyjamas heading shopping with an umbrella and a shopping bag. I seen that in 2 different instances. One was just after taking the corner there at the entrance to the Phoenix Park, and the other was over there then at where the Dublin March used to be. What was it? It's Hanlon's Corner, is it? And the tipping off shopping and piston rain and the umbrella, carrying the umbrella and in pyjamas. I thought that only happened down the country, but apparently this happens in Dublin as well. Anyway, I'll get this into the oven and get out of here. Hopefully be back tomorrow night. So bash the bookies, over and out.